What would you say is the most impactful moment in Twin Peaks is, and what is the overall theme/message of the show?
That's all you.
Yeah, the most impactful moment of Twin Peaks is, I don't know, probably just the ending.
I remember watching you watch something with Twin Peaks where they're like all in some like strange room and like there's just weird
The like
nonsense
red
going
room.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is poppycock.
Hell yeah.
This is nonsense.
Hell yeah. No, I think I'd probably just pick the very end. I don't really want to try to answer the overall theme of it. I think trying to explain Twin Peaks in a sentence is just a mess.
It was like me trying to do Umineko where I'm just like, so basically it's
Yeah. No, I look at Twin Peaks predominantly as being about people's relationship to storytelling and art,
fair.
and outlining the flaws in that most people have.
Valid.
That is my general view on Twin Peaks, but it's a lot of things. I don't love it as much as most people do, and I'm sure that any Twin Peaks purist would hate having a conversation with me.
Hell yeah.
So, that's okay. Next one, all for you. What is the point of K-On, and who is the best character in the show? Also, the thing about the most life-affirming works being often better and vice versa is very... fuck. I screenshotted it where this says read more, so I don't know where this goes.
No, I remember. I actually read this comment. I remember
Nice.
it.
That's lucky.
This person asked us just to talk more about like why we value life affirming works and like what that means.
Okay.
As for K-On,
Yeah.
very quickly, I really hate that I'm answering this right now because I actually just started a rewatch. I'm on episode 4.
Nice.
I can't tell. I'm gonna be honest. I cannot tell you who the best character is. I would put a lot of money on it being Yui. She's the main character.
Yeah.
When I first watched it, my pick was Mio, but they kind of all develop together. The point of K-On is the same point as Arya. It is
Okay. That's fair.
It's about a group of high schoolers going through their experience, and then there's the climax is graduation.
Got it. Makes sense.
The point is, yes, all your fun times are going to end. That can be okay. You have to, if you are able to enjoy them, you can be able to move on without regret. And like, you won't miss them as much as long as you can fully be in them in the moment, if you will. And why I say I'd put a lot of money on Yui being this character, and is if you can be like Yui, then you can do that.
Valid.
It's the same show as Arya.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. In terms of the value in life-affirming works,
Yeah.
at least to me, the way I look at it is people grow and become better and more secure and happy with themselves and their lives through their experiences. I think that art becomes a very well-suited replacement for earned experience that cannot always be achieved, because you can't go out and have all of the experiences that you could ever want to. You can't go through all of the conflicts that maybe you need to face to some degree to build the totality of yourself as a person.
Yeah.
And art allows you to invest yourself in the experience of somebody else, usually the artist, in the type of way that we were talking about, where art is a reflection of the author, and go through a lot of that development in a way that's earned beyond just hearing the point of what you need to learn.
Yeah.
You get to actually go through it and see the emotional toll and the logical reasoning as to why certain conflicts and certain developments lead to change.
Yeah.
And then you can enact that same change within yourself because you're able to feel and experience it, at least vicariously, through the characters in the art.
Yeah, and I think this sort of ties back to what we're talking about, faith. In, at least from my perspective, you need to be able to show this process
Yeah.
to separate yourself from a Facebook quote.
Yeah.
And that, as long as you arrive somewhere life affirming, then that is something that can give you that value and affirm your own life and help you go through these conflicts and resolutions that you were mentioning.
Yeah.
Where I criticize works that aren't life affirming or support horrible things is if you're going along with them, then you arrive at a place that isn't an improvement.
Sure.
And if we're looking at art as a means to improve yourself, then that is detrimental to the entire purpose. And because if you go on this very well detailed journey that culminates in murder's bad or murder's good, and you become a murderer, then you're a murderer. Don't do that. You're a moron.
Yeah.
So I don't think life affirming works, or non-life affirming works are good.
Sure.
For that reason, because it goes against like the value in art.
Yeah.
As you were saying, is being life affirming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're going to look at things from that lens where life is life and that's all it is, then being life affirming is the only goal.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, if you have some sort of higher power that's already giving you that meaning, then you
Yeah.
just sort of want to confirm that meaning, and it doesn't need to like be established within the work. But if you maybe don't, then the work has to do it itself.
Sure.
And affirm life within itself.
Valid.
Yeah.
Cool. Next one.
Yeah.
What media has grown off of each of you the most? And has there ever been any media you think less of now due to a realization you had after consuming it? Yeah. So I think that the second part is necessary for the first part. There has to be a realization about it after consuming it. I guess it could just be time apart from it leads to it being less impactful.
I suppose.
Which that happens. I don't know.
I don't find it as much happening.
Yeah, I don't know. That happens to me to some degree.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand.
Usually it's going through something else that is similar and points out the shortcomings of it.
That's fair.
So I was about to say The Leftovers is an example of something that just grew off me over time because I'm just further removed from it and the emotional potency isn't as strong. But it's really more because Umineko is The Leftovers, but a lot better in its setup.
That's fair.
So media has grown off of each of you the most. One shared one is Radiohead.
Oh, yeah.
In general. Yeah, which is sad.
Yeah.
Because we liked Radiohead quite a bit for the longest time. We went to see Radiohead in concert.
That was a great concert. Though.
Which, I liked going to the concert. That was good. But I think just as values have changed and as we've become a bit more strict in this, things have to actually be meaningful and say what they mean to some degree. Radiohead has a bit of a shortcoming there. I remember even when we were at our height of Radiohead fandom, we would always criticize the lack of cohesion in what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
And that is an issue.
It was almost weird at that point because we were looking at a lot of music, and I guess they're more familiar with you at this point than me because I wasn't there. I was just the reason you wouldn't give Kid A a 10.
Hell yeah.
Back then. Where it was much more like holistic. And like we really liked how they sounded. They sounded really good. They were just talking about something.
Yeah.
And now I feel like with music that was
I used
like
to say
a big
subject matter as a criteria. It just had to be about something.
Yeah, it just had to be about something because most music
which like it does, but it
isn't.
has to like actually do something with that something.
And so I think that almost in the same way as we're talking about with the J. Cole Kendrick debate, where you said like, For Your Eyes Only is just doing the same thing as Pimp Butterfly.
Yeah.
I mean, not the same thing, but like they're both doing something.
Yes.
Like we almost couldn't recognize the difference in quality in how it's doing that. Yeah. Radiohead has definitely grown off.
Yeah, which is sad. I still like Radiohead.
Yeah, no, I mean, to some extent.
Yeah, I don't listen to them very regularly, but like I enjoy their music when it's playing.
I'm definitely, if I'm going to listen to Radiohead, it's definitely for sound and not for
meaning. Yeah. And I like In Rainbows a lot more than everything else.
That's fair. Oh, in terms of meaning, for sure.
I mean, in general.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Media's grown off of us. I don't know. I don't even want to say if like homunculus grew off of me because now I just think it's bad. So I don't know if I want to say that.
I guess I feel
grew off.
Yeah, I guess I feel
like,
sort of similar with Fate Zero, where like I think that Kuritsugu's development is completely illogical, and it just makes no sense. So obviously it grew off me. Whereas before, where I didn't value like the process as much, it's like yes, I think his conflict is significant and his resolution is correct.
Yeah.
But the process of getting there makes no sense, and so it's bad.
Yeah.
Where I didn't care before.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess it. But it has to grow off you. You have to have a realization for it to grow off you.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fair.
And I think that's sort of been that.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like that time removed is almost like you didn't understand something about like what you like.
Yeah.
Where like I feel that way with Real. I feel like I very much liked Real immediately.
Yeah.
And then I never thought about it ever again.
Sure.
Ever.
Yeah.
Because I think it failed in some regards, which I came to understand later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Real too. I agree. It also fell off for me, but like Real's good.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Robot tier.
I mean, I think higher of Mr. Robot than you do, but I guess I probably feel around similarly. Maybe I feel a little bit stronger on Real. I don't know.
Fair.
But, you know. What is the least accessible album you've ever heard? I know you rated Of Ruin a 2 out of 10 for accessibility. So what's 1 out of 10 on music? Is there one? And why is it Merzbow?
Whoa.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, Merzbow is horrific. Have you ever listened to Merzbow?
No.
His genre is harsh noise.
Hell yeah.
That's bad.
I had an example, and I haven't heard the album. I've heard 5 seconds of it.
Okay.
One time you said, "Have you ever heard Brave Little Abacus?" And I
Oh,
said,
yeah. Hell yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And you said, "All right, let me know when you want it to stop." So you turned it on. It sounded like music.
Yeah.
And then the singer's voice came in, and I said, "Please stop."
Yeah. Please stop. By far the worst singer of all time. I cannot bear
That
his
was
voice at
horrible.
all. Yeah.
That was honestly horrible.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm like mad anytime I see praise for them.
Yeah, that's fair. You've heard like 5 seconds of Pile No Pile.
That was terrible.
That was that.
It was horrible.
Okay, yeah.
One of the worst experiences I've ever
Yeah,
had.
that's fair. He is the worst voice I've ever heard by
it's
quite a lot.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah. I would never really use like vocals as a tangible criticism of something. If his vocals just appeal to somebody and then maybe their album's good and like
Yeah, no.
sure, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not accessible.
Yeah, fair. Valid.
Maybe it's really good.
Yeah, because
But
I'm confident if I play that album for 99.98% of people, they will have the same exact reaction as you.
That's fair because it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
turn this off.
Yeah.
Please.
I would confidently bet $100 to win 1 penny.
Hell yeah.
That if I walk up to like any random person in the bar and said, "Hey, listen to this for 15 seconds and tell me if you hate it," they will all say yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, least accessible. No, that's probably my pick too, to be honest. Yeah.
No, like even Trotman's
is-
Replica is like,
Yeah, because I was
Like, I
gonna,
can get-
I
I
was
can
gonna
get
say
the
that,
Crown
but
Land,
like,
you know?
Yeah.
so-
I'd rather listen to Merzbow than Brave Little Abacus too.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Top 3 most impactful moments in BoJack and why?
We might have different lists.
We might.
Yeah. Do you want to think? Because I probably can whip out my list pretty quick.
No, I think I know my list.
Okay.
Talking to Todd on the beach in Nice What Lasted.
Okay.
View from Halfway Down speech. And Can You Taste the Ice Cream Mom in Time Zero.
Okay. I have the same top 2.
Okay.
My third though is, I don't know exactly. I don't know like specific scene, but
Yeah.
because it's all sort of one very long sequence.
Yeah.
But like the Good Damage episode
Oh, okay. Interesting.
with Diane.
Yeah. That's a good pick.
That would probably be my
Valid.
number 3.
Fuck yeah. That's a great episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Much better than its counterpart. Stupid
Yes,
piece of shit.
for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
So yeah, I would also go
Yeah.
Todd conversation,
Yeah.
Halfway Down speech, then that.
Cool. Word. What are your thoughts on Popcorn Philosophy? Great guy. Really like him.
Okay.
Yep. Saying a good movie is one that asks questions and a bad movie is one that answers a question. I completely disagree. IMO. That's how stupid art is meant to answer questions.
Well, I agree with the guy who wrote the comment.
Yeah, I hate that perspective. I wouldn't think that Popcorn Philosophy thinks that based on what I've talked to him about, so I don't want to assume anything that he says or present this as his opinion when it's just what somebody commented, because I don't know that to be true. I hate that idea, though. I think that art that just asks questions is worthless.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely worthless.
Yeah.
Yeah, in every way.
Oh yeah, because I could.
Yeah, I could just come up with the question and not make any art.
Yeah, because in that I think that art is some sort of reflection of life.
Yeah,
The questions exist.
yeah,
Like you
they're
can
already
find them.
there. Yeah,
The answers are the thing that needs to be synthesized by the art.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So firm disagree there.
Ooh, that's now I'm gonna steal jokes.
Okay.
Since we're talking about maybe I'll be a dickhead here, but
Okay.
since we're talking about like the faith thing in terms of like the beauty and like representing
Yeah.
like something, you can go outside and turn your head to the right slowly.
Yeah.
And see
Hell yeah.
see the universe.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You gotta turn your head to the right slowly. Yeah. He's so goddamn funny.
That's
I don't know
the
how
greatest
that
joke
dude's-
I've ever
Yeah. Which one do you prefer more? Clannad After Story or Fruits Basket?
Fruits Basket.
Yeah, definitely Fruits Basket.
Yeah.
They're like the same show, but Fruits Basket's like 100 times better.
Because Toru comes to a mutual understanding with the other
Yeah.
members of the cast.
Because her key dynamics are characters to some extent at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they partially became characters in that they're
Came to understand each other.
Yeah.
And they had development in doing so. Toru also has
narrates
a
her
fuck ton
thoughts.
of detail in her climax.
Yeah, she narrates her thoughts so we can understand what she's thinking.
Yeah.
Tomia does neither of those things.
Yeah. Toru is much better.
Yeah. So definitely Fuba. I was fully whatever they said, I was fully expecting to say Clannad for some reason.
Hell yeah.
I guess that grew off me a lot too.
That's fair.
I very much
yeah.
liked Clannad for
I
a long
also
time,
grew off Clannad.
but I didn't really think
We never
about
really... Did we even talk about it? Because I feel like we both just kind of grew off Clannad just simultaneously, but didn't really talk about it.
No, I feel like I remember right after, because I remember we had a conversation while I was sort of ironing out this like process values.
Yeah.
Where like we just kind of shit on Real for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I feel like the next day I said the exact same things about Clannad.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, we're just doing Real to the show again.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
fair.
yes.
Yeah, that's valid.
That's
I don't think I
exact-
ever had Clannad as high as you did anyways,
Yeah,
though.
that's
But,
fair.
what 2018 to 2019 Thought World takes are the most embarrassing to y'all now?
I don't have any. I wasn't on Instagram.
Fair. Having The Glow Part 2 was like a top 5 album.
Fair.
It's like barely a top 5 Phil Elverum album, and he's like not a top 10 musician.
Hell yeah.
So, you know. Yeah, I don't know. That's
See, I
just
almost feel
unbearably
like
bad take.
I almost feel like you had The Glow Part 2 in a similar place where I had like Lane at one point.
What do you mean?
So I had Lane like, I think I capped out at maybe like an 8 or something,
Yeah.
where it was a infinitely worse version of the best thing ever to me.
Yes.
But to me that just made it really good because
It just kind of invoked that thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Almost, really what it was is in this moment, to go back to our previous conversation, Ava was my religion.
Yeah.
Then it invoked
yeah.
it.
Pretty much, yeah. Aeroplane was my religion, and Glow is just a dog shit aeroplane.
Yeah, and it invoked it. And you were like,
yes.
all right, let me bring
It mentioned aeroplane in its musical style,
Yeah.
kind of.
And you were like,
but just way
yes.
worse. Yeah.
bring it down
Yeah,
into,
we'll just,
let's,
you know,
yeah.
I'll call it like 0.1 below because that reflects my thoughts well.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Question. Thoughts about people saying BoJack's show is mid because of bad episodes. Valuing consistency is dumb.
It's really stupid.
Yeah, valuing consistency is dumb.
If you value consistency, you don't care about what a work says, and if that's the case, then fair enough. But if you claim to care about what a work says, no, you don't.
Yeah. If a piece of art or a story has any sort of impact on you at all that's meaningful to you in your life, and you are going to discount that because 20 minutes weren't that exciting, then it didn't actually have an impact on you, or you just need to like figure it the fuck out in some way. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Who's winning an arm wrestle, Scott or Mark? You would shit on me.
No.
You absolutely would shit on me.
Absolutely not.
Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
You would definitely shit on me.
No, I wouldn't.
Why?
Dude, my arm has been injured for like a month.
Okay, fine. In healthy state, fuck you. In healthy state, you would shit on me. And that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Well,
Cool. I think that's all we have for today.
yeah.
Cool. All right, we probably have like a solid hour and a half or something
Yeah,
like
that was,
so-
I feel like that was long.
Cool. All right. Well,
Goodbye.
go fuck yourself.
Yeah.